Hey guys, I'm back again with another DVD and game update for you. Corolla and Liv went to WolfCon, as you might have seen on our website, and me and my brother went to do some shopping again. For the whole weekend actually. So on a Saturday we went to some local game shops and some Goodwill stores. And on Sunday we went to two flea markets here just across the border in Belgium. So yeah, that was really great, and it just shows me again that you can still find a lot of good stuff in the wild. I actually found quite a lot of that of good stuff. So yeah, let's just get right to it. Got a lot of DVDs, video games, and even some VHS tapes to show you guys. So let's check it out. Start with these. Yep. So I got three more of the Company of Motion Picture DVDs. Always nice to find some of these. It's like if you've seen my other videos, you know I've been collecting these. So was really stoked to find some again. That here is Deadly Weapon, which it's more of like an action movie. Actually I haven't seen either of these, but yeah, they all look quite interesting. I do have decided that I'm not going for a full set of these, and not at the moment actually, because there's just too many crappy films in there that I really don't care about. So it's maybe just a waste of space for my DVD collection. I mean, I already have so much, so it's quite a shame to have so many movies in there that you don't give a damn about. But yeah, Deadly Weapon. This looks actually quite promising. And this one, Prison. Yeah, I've been looking for this for quite a bit. This is more of a horror thriller kind of movie. Looks really interesting. Again, the cover just looks really promising. So yeah, can't wait to check it out. And this one, I was kind of doubting about this one. Once Bitten, which is more of a horror comedy, but it seems to be quite a lot more on the comedy side. But it does have Jim Carrey in it, so yeah, that sounds promising, I guess. I do like Jim Carrey, but I don't know about this one. I've never seen it. I have heard about it. I've seen this DVD a couple of times, some years ago, I think, but I didn't really care about these DVDs back then. But yeah, so now I do, and we'll see what it's all about. Got this one as well, Blood In, Blood Out. Yeah, so it's more like a gangster mafia kind of movie from what I've heard. I actually heard quite a lot of good things about this one, but I've actually never seen it. So yeah, I love those like 90s mafia movies, like Goodfellas and Casino and all that. Those are just great. And a lot of times when you see like lists of like gangster movies, and this one also shows up in that same list. So yeah, I will give it a go. Definitely can't wait to watch it. And yeah, like I said, Corolla and Liv actually went to WolfCon, which is a Teen Wolf convention. But it's about Teen Wolf, the series that's going on right now. But as you might know, Teen Wolf actually came of the original Teen Wolf were actually two movies, and the first one starred Michael J. Fox. And what do you know? I actually found it on the flea market. Yeah, both Teen Wolf DVD movies on. I think it's on one disc. So it's quite a shame that it's two on one. I prefer to have both separate, but well, for these as well, I've actually never seen Teen Wolf. Heard some cool things about it. I love Michael J. Fox. Back to the Future is probably one of my favorite films. So yeah, it's I don't know what to expect of it. I mean, I've read some things about it, but I don't know. It seems interesting, so I'll definitely give it a go. Yeah, now some more classic stuff. John Wayne, yeah. in Flying Leathernecks. Leathernecks. Okay, so yeah, John Wayne. I really love his movies. Everything I find with John Wayne in it, I just pick up. I don't find a lot of it, but yeah, this was actually quite a nice find. It's also actually an import DVD, a UK import, so that's always nice to find. Prefer to have UK imports anyway, so that's cool. Yeah. So John Wayne, yep. That here, The Wrestler, yeah, with Mickey Rourke. So yeah, I actually seen this movie. I actually do own it already, but yeah, this was a nice upgrade, 2-disc special edition with a nice slipcover and all that. You know, even this DVD box has some different artwork on it than the slipcover does, so that's always pretty cool. You know, 2 discs and all that, so a lot of bonus features on it as well. That's really awesome. I really like this movie a lot. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's about this, Mickey Rourke actually plays a wrestler who's, getting older, and he was like really popular, but now he isn't anymore, and he's really spiraling downwards, and definitely interesting subject, and really cool movie. So yeah, and here is another documentary, Bush's Brain, which is a documentary about George Bush and how he actually got to be president of the United States. So yeah, this is maybe a bit outdated since he isn't president anymore, but still definitely I think it's very interesting to see and to give this a watch. So we'll definitely check it out very soon, I think. Here is Puppet Master: The Legacy. Yeah, I really love me some Puppet Master, man. But I actually only seen the first 3. I got the 88 films box of Puppet Master 1 till 3. So yeah, it's always good to find some more. This is like this. I think it was like the 6th installment of the series, if I'm not mistaken. There's just so many of them, but if you like killer puppets, like Child's Play or anything like that, and you haven't seen Puppet Master, definitely check this one out. Well, I don't know about this one, but the first 3 were actually really good. So another great recommendation is Demonic Toys as well. I really love that movie. Really fun. Killer Dolls is just something, I don't know, I like it. Now a horror movie here, Candyman, Pharrell to the Flesh, which I actually think is the 3rd movie in the series. I'm not entirely sure about that. I think Candyman 2 was just called Candyman 2, so yeah. And I'm not even sure if there are more than 3 movies actually, but I've only seen the first one, starring Tony Todd, and he did an excellent job in that one. I really loved the first Candyman. So yeah, Tony Todd is back again here as a Candyman. So yeah, it's just a nice one to add to the collection, and seems quite promising. Here is even another documentary about serial killers. You can see here about Albert Fish, John Wayne Gacy, and all that. Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy and all those. The famous serial killers, I guess you can call them. Yeah, always find it very interesting to see stuff about serial killers. I don't know. I always enjoy those documentaries. It's definitely very gruesome. But a lot of horror movies and all that take inspiration from those true events that sadly happened. But yeah, always very interesting. I'm not entirely sure. I have some more documentaries about serial killers, and sometimes they just package it like into different artwork. So it could actually be that it's the same documentary that I already have. Since it has the same title, it's also as the generic title of serial killer. So I don't know, I will try it out and see if it's the same one. It was very cheap, so can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I got here is two DVDs of stand-up comedians, two Belgian stand-up comedians. Here's Wim Helsen. Don't know if you guys ever heard about it, of course. If you live in Belgium and the Netherlands, you probably have. And I got here is Philip Goebbels. So yeah, those are really funny guys. So yeah, really cool to find those. And both of them are actually also sealed, so that's always pretty good. And this one as well. This one is also sealed. It's Playgirl Killer. Yeah, this is quite a weird movie. I already watched this with Corolla. Yeah, I don't know. It's like yeah, it's quite an obscure film actually. It's a late 60s horror movie. Yeah, if you've seen movies like from that era, like the horror movies, and I'm not talking about like Night of the Living Dead, but there's just a whole bunch of like those grindhousey horror movies. I don't know, those not always make sense. This one doesn't have like all the nudity in it like most of these films do. It does have color, by the way, so that's a bit different from the others. But yeah, sometimes yeah, the whole film doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know, but this one was actually pretty nice. You know, mediocre at best, maybe, but it wasn't bad, and you know, it wasn't the best thing I ever seen either. But actually, pretty nice to have this one in my collection. I've never seen this one before, this movie, and never heard about it, so it's pretty cool. And last of the DVDs I got here is The Addiction, which is oh man, god damn it. Yeah, which is another addition to the Extreme collection. Yeah, I love those. So yeah, this one actually has Christopher Walken in it. It's a vampire movie. So yeah, pretty cool to add this one to the collection as well. So yeah, that's it for the DVDs, as I said. But like I said before, I also got some VHS tapes. I got 4 of them actually this time. I got 2 to add to my Charles Bronson collection. First one is Once Upon a Time in the West, which is definitely like the best film that Charles actually ever did, in my opinion. I really love this one. I love the cover. Yeah, as you can see in one of my previous video where I picked up the vinyl of the soundtrack on vinyl of Once Upon a Time in the West. Actually had the same artwork on it, so that's actually pretty cool that this VHS tape has this one as well. Really good find, I think. Really love this one. And got here is The Dirty Dozen, which is also one of the best films that Charles Bronson actually did. Yeah, also as you can see on the cover, Lee Marvin. He's just freaking awesome. But the cool thing actually about this, well, I don't know if you can call it cool, but I like that kind of weird stuff, is that on the back it says that the film has like one of the great names of the industry of that time, and it actually says that it also stars Clint Eastwood. But yeah, as you might know, Clint Eastwood is definitely not in this film, unfortunately. I mean, if he was in this film as well, I mean, would have been amazing. I mean, Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood in one movie. It never happened, as far as I know. So that could have been the best thing ever. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. So, but still, this is a freaking awesome movie. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. So yeah, I got this one as well. Children of the Corn 2. Yeah, I got this on DVD as well, but you know, just cool to find some old school horror movies on VHS. Cool thing about this one is actually, I don't know if you can read it here on the back. It actually says with special effects, which you never see, with special effects and not seen since Terminator 2. Well, yeah, if you can compare yourself to Terminator 2, I don't know. I mean, even for like modern movies, I still think that Terminator 2, the special effects really hold up well. It's not a lot of times that you can say of 90s movie that CGI is really done well and it's to the test of time. But yeah, Terminator 2 is definitely something else. I've seen Children of the Corn 2, and I don't remember special effects like Terminator 2 actually, but yeah, nonetheless, it is a great movie. Yeah, the last of the VHS tapes I got here is Willard. Yeah, I mean, just look at that cover. I mean, as soon as I saw that cover, I was like, yeah, I have to pick this one up. So yeah, and I'm glad I did. I've never seen this movie. I have heard some good things about it actually, but yeah, who knows? Maybe someday I will get it on DVD as well. But yeah, I do have a VHS player actually. I haven't hooked it up for quite a while, but I'm really thinking about it since yeah, lately I've been picking up quite a lot of VHS tapes, and there's just some really good stuff in there, and there's just something about it watching those old tapes. I mean. The quality is definitely not as good as like DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that. But as you might know, I don't really care too much about that. That's the main reason why I don't collect Blu-ray. So, you know, I do like the gritty old VHS style. So, yeah. But I don't know how it holds up on a modern TV. It's probably not the best, but I will try it out someday. I got actually one soundtrack I found at Goodwill as well. It's just, yeah, as you can see here, Return of the Jedi, Star Wars. Yeah, it's, you know, from the time that the Star Wars special editions came out. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's part of like a trilogy as well, like there's the other movies, the other three of these. With the same kind of artwork and all that. So I'm hoping to find those as well. A lot of times when you do find them, I think they're like a bit too expensive. I mean, for soundtracks, there's not a lot of stuff that I'm really looking for. I do like owning them, but I'm not willing to spend a lot of cash on it. And this one was like €1 or something. So yeah, I mean the music is just really great. So it's a pretty cool find. So yeah, that's it for the movie part, I guess. But yeah, video games, found quite a lot of those. Just getting them over here. Let's just start here with the PS1 games. First I got here is Air Combat. Yeah, definitely a classic. One of the earlier titles of PS1. I think it was actually a release title. It says here on the side number 7, so I'm not entirely sure if it was like the first bunch. I don't know how many titles were there on release, but yeah, definitely one of the first. So yeah, I actually didn't own this, which is kind of strange because this game is quite common. Although this version of it, the first release version, you don't see it that too often. A lot of times, like the platinum version, and there's another re-released. So yeah, but yeah, it kind of sucks. It has like this cracked case, so I need to replace that. But yeah, definitely a good find. Found this quite cheap. We did a lot of haggling with the guy, but he wasn't willing to lower the price even more. But yeah, you know, €2 for Air Combat, that's definitely not a bad price. Yeah. Now for something special. This is definitely a holy grail. I'll just show it. Yeah. Mega Man X5, and yeah, I didn't pay €2 for this one. I bought this at a game store, so yeah, I don't think anyone will ever find this on a flea market. Well, maybe someone who gets like really lucky, but you know, Mega Man, PS1, and definitely the PAL version. I know the NTSC version are like a bit cheaper, but the PAL versions, the prices are up there. They're definitely the more expensive games. And this is actually one of the more, I don't know, the more common titles of the Mega Man series, I guess. Doesn't mean that it's really common at all. I mean, all of them are, I don't know if rare is the right word for it. I think they kind of are. well, you don't see him too often. Let's just keep it at that. But yeah, it's actually the first Mega Man game I have for PS1. I do want to own them all, but like I said, they are quite expensive, like all of them. There's not one title and the Mega Man series for PS1 that's cheap. They all go for €100 or more. So yeah. So yeah, I'll just keep going. I got here is G-Police. Yeah, I actually already own the other G-Police game, G-Police Weapon of Justice, I think it's called. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't have this one. And G-Police, man, they're like freaking awesome games. It's more like yeah, I don't know how I should describe it. It's more like a flight game with a lot of shooting. So yeah, and yeah, actually for this one, this is also quite a common title, I guess. But for some reason, I just never came across it for a good price. Cool thing about this one is also that it's on 2 discs, which is also yeah, quite nice. Actually, this came with it. This little guarantee booklet. Not even sure if it's supposed to be with the game. It could actually be like a guarantee thing for like the PS1 itself, but yeah, I'll just keep it in there. I like those little extras. One thing I actually forgot about to mention about the Mega Man X5 should be noted. This is like in mint condition. This, I mean, it's just looking like extremely good. Like if you can see here, the booklet and all that, it's just looking amazing. You know, little print on the back and all that. Really great, really freaking awesome. I'm so stoked to actually have that game in my collection. So yeah, I got here is Starfighter 3000. Yeah. So yeah, this was actually a pretty weird find. At the same game store, I found this one, and me and my brother were like, oh man, I really want to have this one. And then actually they had another copy of it, so we both got the same game, and that doesn't happen too often. So yeah, I mean, I just love those PS1 games with the full cover. It doesn't have like the PlayStation banner on it. So yeah, this one, Starfighter 3000, another great addition to my collection. Actually got quite like one of these like flight games this time. I mean, yeah, last one got here is Total Nba 96. Yeah. So another full cover game. Usually not too much about the sports games. Yeah, I do like the wrestling games and all that, but sometimes, you know, NBA games like basketball games actually can be pretty cool. And this one, yeah, you don't see too often, so I was actually glad to find it. As you can see here, the case is a bit broken, so I need to replace that one. But yeah. Cool thing about this one as well is that like it has like this little hologram sticker here on the back. The NBA, that's always pretty cool. It has these extras, and you can see that it was kept in the original case. So what I'll do, I'll just replace like this the inside of it. So and we'll make it look good again, like it came just out of the store or something like that. So yeah, that's it for PS1. But yeah, got a lot of more stuff actually. I got one PSP game, Call of Duty Road to Victory. Roads to Victory. There are actually multiple roads to victory, if you didn't know about that. So yeah, Call of Duty, yeah. To be honest, the last 2 years I think I've played Call of Duty 1, 2 and 3. And I haven't played any of the other games actually. I just finished Call of Duty 3 like a couple of weeks ago. I just played for the single player. I played a little bit of multiplayer on Call of Duty 3, which was actually quite fun. But you know, the single player experience to me, it just blew my mind actually. Especially Call of Duty 2. Played it on veteran as well, all 3 games, and yeah, it was just an amazing experience, I think. So yeah, I used to be like this Halo fanboy, I guess. So it was like only Halo, and Call of Duty was like, yeah, no Call of Duty, but yeah, I actually kind of changed my mind about that in the last years. Especially since I started collecting like all first-person shooters for all my consoles. So yeah, I needed to have Call of Duty as well in there. So yeah, I decided to give them a go, and yeah, it really takes me back to the old days of World War II shooters. I always loved like Medal of Honor and all that. So it's yeah, really great campaigns, just awesome. So yeah, and yeah, we'll definitely play the other Call of Duty games as well. Also this one, I will take this with me on holiday and give that a go. Um, so yeah, I got a couple of PS2 games here. I got Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, which is more of like an RPG game. Yeah, pretty nice find. Not a big fan of Lord of the Rings or RPGs, but you know, seems pretty nice. And here's Obscure. Yeah. And about this one, yeah, I've actually seen this pop up in some like hidden gems videos and all that. Yeah, from what I've seen, this is like a really cool survival horror game. So yeah, definitely nice. I've been looking for this for quite a while for a good price, and yeah, this actually was paid like a couple of euros for it. So that's always good. And from the same guy, you got this one as well, Sword Samurai. So yeah, I don't know too much about this one. Seems like a fun like samurai action kind of movie, video game. So yeah, just nice to add to my collection. So that's it for PlayStation. I got some more Xbox games as well. I got here is Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. To be honest, the last Resident Evil game I've played is probably I played some of Resident Evil 5, and I played the first 3. Resident Evil 1 till 3, Director's Cut, Resident Evil Survivor on PlayStation 1, and that's where I kind of lost attention. I mean, after that I didn't own PS2, I had an Xbox, so Resident Evil wasn't on the original Xbox, so coming back to 360, yeah, I played Resident Evil 5 with a friend. Um, yeah, it was a good game, but to me it didn't feel like Resident Evil. Things had changed so much. But yeah, I know I'm yeah, like the same thing kind of with Call of Duty. As you get older, you know, I don't know, my collecting is getting more serious. I do think I need to have these games in my collection, and I know most of them are actually pretty good games, and I will revisit them. So definitely, yeah, Resident Evil Raccoon City, Operation Raccoon City seems pretty nice. So I will definitely give it a go. Got here is a Cameo, Elements of Power. So yeah, this I was actually looking for this game and hoping to find this one on this particular flea market. I actually did. Yeah, I've been playing Rare Replay, which also has this game on it for the last couple of months, I guess. I mean, that game is just so huge. And yeah, I wanted to have the original Cameo as well. So yeah, pretty stoked to find this one. I mean, it's not too hard to find. But the only thing that sucked about that is that the manual has some water damage. So as you can see here, it's all ripped and all that. So yeah, I didn't see that when I bought it. I mean, I didn't pay too much for it. So that's, you know, stuff like that happens when you go to flea markets and all that. And I just wanted to show that to you guys that yeah, always pay attention. Also to those details, just, you know, go to the manual a bit, you know, just look to it quick and all that, you know, to make sure that you don't buy a crap like that. I mean, if I knew that the manual was all that messed up, I definitely wouldn't have bought it. But you know, stuff like that happens, and maybe I'll find a loose manual of it someday, or I'll find it again for a good price. So you know, it happens occasionally. I try to pay attention to all of that, but you know, you can't always be like on top of your game all the time. And yeah, yep, 50 Cent. He already also has a game on 360. So yeah, 50 Cent, Blood on Sand. Actually, I heard that the game isn't even that bad. I mean, if you see a game with 50 Cent, you think, yeah, that's probably gonna suck. I mean, I'm not a fan of his music or anything. Don't have anything against it, of course, but if you do like his music, then I think it's pretty nice that, like it says here on the sticker, it does have a lot of exclusive tracks to the game. I don't know how exclusive they really are, if they came out on CD or anything like that later. They probably did, but you know, actually, yeah, I'm quite interested in this game. I don't know, it's just so weird. I mean, like, someone like that have his own video game. It's still weird to me. But, you know, yeah, I got here is Ghostbusters, the video game. There's some good things about this one, actually. So, yeah, pretty cool. Really love Ghostbusters, the movies. So, cool to have this one in my collection. Yeah, talking about Call of Duty, got here is Call of Duty 3. Well, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is not the latest installment. There's another one, and there's another one coming out as well. Yeah, the 360 version. It's only multiplayer. It does have the zombies in it as well. I don't know. I just wanted to have it for my collection. So I'm actually down to 3 more first-person shooters for my 360 collection, and then I have all, as far as I know, actually. So yeah, I got here. It's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, some more superhero video games. Lately, I've been finding a lot of these, like Superman, Spider-Man, and all that. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have this one as well. And yeah, got here some more Star Wars Force Unleashed. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, as you can see in one of my videos, I actually found part 2 of this one, and now I have the first one as well. So yeah, more Star Wars games is always good. I mean, not all Star Wars games are good, but you know, it's just great. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so to have those is great. Another film game, the Bourne Conspiracy, yeah, from the Bourne series. I mean, this game it's always super common. It's always really cheap, but for some reason I didn't own it. I don't know, man. This is the kind of game that just looks terrible. I don't know, like games about movies. I have high hopes for Ghostbusters and Star Wars. I know that the Star Wars game is actually pretty good, but I don't know, for this one, I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's nice to have in my collection anyway. I got here's last one for 360 is Amped 3. Yeah. And I got a couple more Xbox games. I'm just going through these a bit quicker since the video was already lasting this long. Yeah, I got another demo for Xbox, which has a cool cover of Unreal 2 on it, Unreal Championship 2. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Area 51 demo on it, and some SNK vs Capcom and all that. I love these original Xbox demos. I got this one here, KO2 the Kangaroo Round 2. Yeah, this seemed like a pretty fun platformer or something like that. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but you know, a good price for original Xbox games is always good. And last one I got here is Indiana Jones, yeah, and the Emperor's Tomb. So yeah, another one based on a movie. Well, the Emperor's Tomb is not a movie of Indiana Jones, but yeah, the Indiana Jones series, of course, are. I really love Indiana Jones, man. Those the first 3 are just awesome. I haven't seen like the newer one actually, but yeah, this one, yeah, you don't see it too often. I think the prices are going up for this one quite a bit. I got it on PS2 as well, and yeah, now for Xbox as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for this time. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, if you just look good at flea markets or all that, you know, when you do some digging and, you know, pay attention, you can find still find a lot of good stuff in there. Yeah, even though, you know, a lot of people are searching for games and, yeah, well, maybe not for DVDs, but, you know, still today you can still find good stuff. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, and see you next time. Bye.